Yeah, I think I could see them putting the mobile
Portals.
games onto
Mobile.
the Switch. Uh, has there
Yeah.
been prices revealed for Super Mario Run? Is it free or is it like $5.99 or something?
I'm not
I
I'm not entirely sure. I want to say that it's free to play. Um, I'll check that while Green Cooper's Gaming talks.
Yeah, cause
uh uh
because I was gonna say, like, I could see the mobile games being like part of whatever uh ambassador program they do for the Switch, because for the Wii U they did the uh developer program thing or whatever it was, where you get discounts on eShop titles or whatever it was, and the 3DS had the ambassador program where you got virtual console stuff. So I could see them doing mobile games on the Switch as sort of like a, hey, since you got this within like the first 3 months of the console's life, you get free codes for our mobile games as they release, or something like that. So
okay.
that
Yeah.
would be interesting to see. I'm just wondering if they've been so obviously they'll probably have different things, whether or not they're free to play or in-game purchases, depending on the titles. I expect the Animal Crossing one will probably have in-game purchases of some sort, but I'm interested to know if they're free off the bat and then you maybe pay for stuff. But yeah, I could really see the Switch having the mobile games.
It looks like Super Mario
Mhm.
Run is free to play. The thing says offers in-app purchases, so might be free to download, and then you buy things in the game.
Transactions.
Yeah.
Transactions. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
I could see
Yeah. I
them
think.
being free to download then, and then you pay
Yeah.
if you want something.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the mobile games are like a lot of them are. I mean, not all of them, but like good portion of them are free to play. But they have like stuff in the game you can like buy and everything. And I can see maybe having them on the Switch, or being like a thing, like if you buy like you said, buying the system or whatever, and you like one of the first ones you get maybe some free mobile games. But yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next question. What do you think the Nintendo Switch means for the future of the Wii U and Nintendo 3DS?
Ooh, well, I know that well, the Wii U, the Wii U. I mean, the Wii U's not. I mean, I think the Wii U's kind of with releasing a new console and stuff like that with the Switch. I don't think they will support the Wii U that much longer after the Switch
You mean they're going
comes
to
out
switch
and everything.
over to the Nintendo Switch?
Where, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think the Wii U will be supported that much longer after the Switch and everything. I mean, just because just comparing with the Wii U compared to the past systems, and plus the Wii didn't last that much longer after the Wii U came out and everything. So of course the Wii was out for like 6 years before the Wii U came out. So you also, but of course the Wii U didn't do as well as the Wii. So yeah, I think the Wii U is just gonna be dead like shortly after the the Switch launches. I don't think it's going to be dead once the system launches, but this could be shortly after. And with the 3DS, well, I think they're going to continue the 3DS for a while now, but with the Switch being, a hybrid, I think it kind of hurts the 3DS a lot. Of course, the 3DS has been out for 5 or so plus years, which would be 6 years when the Switch comes out. When the Switch comes out, it will be 6 years. So I think the 3DS would still last a while because there's a ton of 3DS games out on it and everything. But of course, another thing I like to mention is like the main Pokemon games, for example, and how because they're like the main Pokemon games are only on the handhelds and stuff like that. So, which and the Switch is the hybrid. So only if that means they're gonna have like the main Pokemon games on the Switch then. Which would be interesting to see if they do that, and also I wonder if they're gonna still have a create another handheld after the 3DS, or they're just gonna go have like a home console slash hybrid thing and just continue with that, and maybe release the main Pokemon game for that system instead, maybe there's no point of having it. There's not really, in my opinion, there's no point of having just a handheld by itself. Like the success of the 3DS, whatever. If they ever do that, I don't think it really makes sense. Well, I mean, it does make sense with having the main Pokemon game because that's always been on the 3DS, but with the hybrid, I think could change a lot. Just with games that are only on the 3DS or on handhelds, might go to the hybrid as well. Of course, there's like spin-off Pokemon games as well, but that's whole different topic. But yeah, I think the hybrid might ruin the having like a separate handheld console. If they do release another handheld console that's just a handheld, I don't think we'll do so well because of the hybrid. But that's just my opinion. But who knows? We'll see what Nintendo does.
Yeah, it's interesting that we now have a hybrid home / on the go console, because you don't know what that really does mean for the future of handhelds for Nintendo, at least. Because I obviously, we've talked about a lot of rumors, but today I saw one rumor that Nintendo was going to try phasing out the 3DS around the end of 2018. So we should at least have another full year, or a year and a half, basically, of 3DS. But that's just a rumor that they'll try to phase it out to help the Switch. But yeah, it's interesting because.
So
go ahead.
So do you think they'll create a success to the 3DS then, or just gonna have those hybrids things from now on?
I think.
What do you think?
I think it would be just hybrids if they do phase out handhelds like the 3DS.
Okay,
I think that's what.
And that would change a lot for like some of the series, like Pokemon, for example. It would change a lot because usually the main games are just on handheld devices.
Yeah, that's one thing that leads me to believe that type of rumor is not true. But obviously, we'll have to wait and see. About 2 years from now, technically. What was the original question again? I got a little sidetracked.
What do you think the Nintendo Switch means for the future of the Wii U and 3DS?
Oh, the Wii U. My bad. Poor Wii U. I'm sorry. Right now, since this is not like a video feed, I'm petting my Wii U next to me right now, just so you can visualize that. Sorry, Wii U, but old fella, you're gonna be put down in like 6 months. Anyway.
Horrible to say.
Oh. Poor dog.
I will sell you for parts. Anyway.
That's horrible.
But essentially, in my mind, Paper Mario Color Splash is like the real last hurrah for the Wii U. Because, I mean, we do have Breath of the Wild, and obviously it's going to sell on the Wii U because people probably won't want to jump right into the Switch. So a lot of people will still buy the Wii U version. But yeah, I think the Wii U is basically done now that Color Splash has come out. Really, it's just the indie games that come out, and then Breath of the Wild, and that's really it. So the last hurrah for the Wii U, in my opinion, was Paper Mario Color Splash, and basically the NX hype train is being in full force now. Yeah, I think the
Yep.
Wii U will
Just with
stop.
texture.
Yeah, the Wii U has stopped being manufactured, so it's basically done. It's really when it boils down to it, the Wii U is done.
Yeah. We're pretty much done now.
It pains me to say this because I love the Wii U. It's one of my favorite consoles, but this really does look like the end for the Wii U because Paper Mario Color Splash looks like the last exclusive for the console. Because Breath of the Wild is also going to be on the Switch, and Ukulele will also be on other consoles as well. Um, but that being said, I think this is a really smart move on Nintendo's part to kind of phase out home consoles and handhelds being separate markets and kind of merge them together. Um, because more specifically for the Japanese market, because in Japan, mobile games are far more popular than home consoles and handhelds. So
Nice.
I think if they treat the Nintendo Switch as kind of kind of a mobile handheld home console hybrid, especially because the controller is kind of like a tablet-esque design, I think it's going to be a really smart move on Nintendo's part to do that. Um, but that's all I really gotta say. I really like what they're going to be doing, and I hope they execute it properly. If this trailer has anything to do that, they're ready to release this thing because this trailer was very well made.
Yeah. It was a good trailer, wasn't it? The
Yes,
music
indeed.
and all.
It clearly gave you the message that it was a new console. It clearly gave you the message that you can play at home, but you can also take it with you. It was just very well made. And my last question is, do you have any other questions before we end the video? Or any other opinions you want to talk about?
You go first. Yes.
The one thing I did want to talk about is I mentioned this earlier on, but there was an article that came out today in terms of Nintendo's stock in the stock market once the Switch was officially revealed. I'm going to read this off of Bloomberg.com. This is their article about Nintendo stock and how it's been affected since the Switch was announced. So, if you don't mind, I will be reading this right now. Nintendo Company... okay. Nintendo Company's long-awaited new gaming platform will get its first reveal Thursday. At 11 p.m. local time, the Kyoto-based company will release a 3-minute video on the machine on its website. In a tweet, Nintendo reminded people the NX is the code name for the product, asking them to please take a look. While Nintendo hinted at its existence last year, the company offered few details about NX's capabilities or what it might look like, except that it's scheduled to be released in March. A new version of the Zelda game series has been confirmed, and the title attracted the Best of Show award at this year's E3 conference. Nintendo hasn't released a new gaming console since the Wii U debuted in 2012. Underscoring the keen interest in details about NX, shares of Nintendo surged as much as 4.6% at midday in Tokyo on Thursday, adding more than $1 billion in market value in their biggest rally in a month. The stock is up. The stock is up more than 50% this year, mostly buoyed by Nintendo's shift to embracing smartphone games. And then there's a comment from an analyst ace researcher named Hideki Yasuda from an institute in Tokyo that reads, quote, "The reveal comes relatively late for a game console that is slated to go on sale in March. It has to be sufficiently different from Wii U and deliver on Nintendo's promise of a completely new concept device." And that's basically it, except for a quote from Nintendo president Tatsumi Kimishima. Kimishima, or I probably pronounced that very wrong. But before I read that, Macquarie Securities analyst, I probably pronounced that wrong as well, David Gibson, estimated the device will cost $250 and will likely... disappoint in terms of revolutionary features. Well, screw you, guy. But anyway, he says, but he wrote that a strong lineup of gaming titles will help to fuel solid demand at launch. He estimates Nintendo will sell 2.5 million units in its first month and an additional 10.6 million units by March of 2018. And then this quote from the president of Nintendo: NX is a different concept gaming machine. It will allow for a new way to experience hardware and software together. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the increase in stock market value of $1 billion since it was announced?
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
It is a very good thing.
Yeah, that's insane and really good for Nintendo and everything. And with the guy saying how much the amount of copies think, well, I think it might sell that much if it doesn't do that well, maybe. But if it does really well, I mean, I think it's going to do a lot more than what that guy said. Of course, that was before they announced it, right?
Well, they did have I think they updated it with the stock portion of it, but the comments and everything I think were made before the official reveal. Yeah.
Okay, that's what. I'm talking about the comments and everything. Yeah. So yeah. Well, of course, the comments were before it, so it might be different now. Like they might say some stuff different now, but just based on that, I think the Switch would sell a lot more than what that guy mentioned about of buy anything.
Yeah, that's just his estimate, and that was probably before,
and that was before.
Yeah, the official reveal.
Yeah.
Happened.
Yeah. So, but I think it's gonna sell a lot more than that, and with the price, I think it's gonna be more than $250, at least $300, at least I think.
Yeah, 300, 400, somewhere around there.
Yeah, at least 300.
Yeah, I think it'll be at least 300 as well. But hey, it'd be a nice surprise if it was 250.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be awesome if they did that.
I think they would probably sell more if it was 250 initially.
Yeah.
$50 can go a long way, so.
Yeah, it can. And there's people that, I mean, making it cheaper does make it a lot, like more, probably selling it better, just because more people can afford it, even though it's just $50 less, but still.
Yeah, if you're broke because of college like me, then $50 is like a fortune.
Yeah.
For college students, that buys a lot of ramen noodles.
Yeah. Yeah. Can sell a week of groceries on that.
A few more comments that I'd like to make about the system before we finish the video is I really hope there's some way you can transfer your Wii U save file Splatoon to the Nintendo Switch, because if not, that is really going to depress me, because I'm at level 30 right now in the game and I'm at like a B+ rank, so having to work through all of that all over again, unless of course it's a brand new game, which if that's the case, then that's fine. It's a brand new game, but if it's an enhanced port, please let there be some way I can transfer my save file.
Oh yeah. Hopefully, that'd be nice if you're able to, transfer your data from like port games or whatever to the Switch. Like I said, even though this wouldn't less likely happen if you talked about only the backwards compatibility, that'd be nice if like the transferring data.
And two more things. Even if the console is cartridge-based and won't be able to play Wii U discs, that's not preventing them from making it backwards compatible through the eShop, because the Wii U is backwards compatible with the Wii through the eShop as well, even though Wii discs can be read on a Wii U.
Yeah.
So it's very possible you could also download a Wii U game onto the Nintendo Switch as well.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. Maybe there's a way that you can like switch, like transfer data from the Wii U to the Switch without having having like putting a disc in to play the game, maybe even having like doing a digital version of like maybe if you already own the game on the Wii U, and maybe it can like when you transfer save data, maybe there's like maybe you can download a digital version of it of the game on the Switch because it doesn't support discs.
Yeah.
Quite possible.
So like that. So yeah, that's what I was saying about like that. If they did the backwards compatibility, they could always do it maybe that way. Maybe like I don't know. Of course, I don't think it will be backwards compatible like we talked about earlier, which I thought it could be earlier until like a while back about learning more stuff about the Switch. But yeah, that'd be nice to hand it to transfer data.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, a couple more things I do want to mention. There's this one Twitter account that I think is from Wall Street Journal, someone that works there. The Twitter username has a WSJ in it, so I assume it's Wall Street Journal. But anyway, this person did get a couple extra details out about the Switch through Nintendo. Nintendo has stated that the Switch will come with the Joy-Con L&R stick things as well as the dock, at least, quote-unquote. The grip, the extra bulky controller, Nintendo didn't give a clear answer on whether that would be available at launch. Kimishima also made a comment in spring. This person pointed out that the Switch wouldn't be at least overly expensive compared to other Nintendo consoles. So whether or not that plays into the rumored price of $250 or not is something to be seen. I'm trying to get more information here. Sorry. Nintendo didn't give a clear answer on one Switch rumor that is about whether or not the console would be region locked or not. There's a big rumor that it will not be, but obviously they're not going to say anything probably for another little while, and that ties into basically the final thing that this guy shared. Nintendo is not going to be sharing any more details on the Switch this year. They will be sharing stuff as soon, probably early January of 2017, but they're not going to be talking about any other thing as far as the specs of the system or any official announcements for game titles. So make that of what you will, but for now, we're pretty much done with information on the Switch.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
January 1st, Nintendo Direct confirmed.
What did it say?
January 1st, Nintendo Direct confirmed.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next Nintendo Direct and see what they all announce for the Switch.
Although I do hope they at least announce a price, so that I have enough time to save up enough money to buy it on launch day.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna buy a launch day, but I'm planning on probably gonna buy it. I'm definitely planning on buying it, at least of right now, unless like some stuff changes that I decide maybe I would rather buy a different console, but which highly doubt it. But I'm planning on buying the Switch eventually.
Oh, I just remembered something else that I want to talk about that I forgot to write it down. During the trailer, they showed some amiibos next to the console.
Oh yeah. I forgot
yeah.
about that.
So does that mean amiibos are going to be compatible with this? Because that would be awesome.
Well, yeah, Nintendo did state that there will be amiibo functionality for games that are built with amiibo functionality in mind. The thing is, though, they didn't. Obviously, it's an early build of that LED screen and everything, so maybe it'll be adjusted a little bit to where there's going to be an NFC reader in one of those Joy-Con things, or something along those lines, or an attachable thing, they maybe will sell an attachable accessory for a, or maybe they can just resell the 3DS NFC reader writers and repurpose them for compatibility with the Switch. But yeah, they did say that there will be amiibo compatibility. So
yeah, I'm still looking for the amiibo support and everything. I love how the amiibo is one of the best things about the Wii U. Having amiibos and all that. Just really cool. Like it's like the different toy types of amiibo, like toy type of figure things and giving the amiibos or the best of the toy figures.
Toys to life, yeah.
Because there's other toy figures, but they're not amiibos. So amiibos are the best of those toy figures.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right,
Because with amiibos, it supports like any games that have amiibo support instead of just a certain game or whatever.
So the last thing I wanted to say was that the Nintendo Switch, it seems like it was like correct me if I'm wrong, but this was like the last project that Satoru Iwata was directly involved with, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So this is going to be like his final legacy for pretty much anything being released.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think
so.
I
Yeah.
still think he'll be credited as a producer for all the games going forward. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Switch is really gonna be his lasting legacy.
Yeah. Yeah, the Switch is the last thing. It's kind of sad. It's really sad that he died and everything. But at least had a good life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and being his last legacy, being the Switch being his last thing, yeah, is pretty awesome. At least he didn't end off like the Wii U, so at least there's that.
So I think that's about it for this reaction video.
Yeah, I believe that's it. Unless anything else you guys want to talk about,
No,
like any other games.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
I believe we did too. I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, that's everything. Oh my god, I was recording! I'm just kidding.
Well, trying to pretend that you forgot about something.
No, tricking about recording his commentary.
Oh, so I didn't hear what he said. I thought he said something. I heard some shout. I just heard some shouting by him. I didn't clearly what he said.
Loud
thought he said
noises!
Loud noises! Except I can't be loud because I have neighbors.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh, I can't really be loud because it's 2:30 in the morning, but I'm still being loud
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, being a little.
Okay, Sugar Conroy.
Hey everybody, it's Sugar Conroy!
Yeah, he is loud.
Bring it on! Alright, I should stop now. End off the video, please.
Alright, that's a good place to end the video, so.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video for our Nintendo Switch reactions. I've been Lady Gear, do you? There.
I'm Patrick.
And
Hi, Patrick! How's it going, man?
And I'm
But
the
no.
James Rolls.
Well, actually, my name's not Patrick, but my name's Green Cobras Gaming. Yeah.
Bye!
Bye, guys. See you guys next time.
Wow, I'm out.
No.
This was
Anyway,
a huge mistake.
This is Green Cobras Gaming. Bye.
If you watch this entire video, please just leave a comment saying that your sanity is still intact.
Well, on my channel, it'll probably be split into multiple parts, but on theirs, it'll probably be one video.
Yeah, mine will be a 5-hour long special or whatever. How long we've been recording this.
It hasn't been 5 hours, but yeah, it's been a while though.
It could be.
If you imagine hard enough, it will be 5 hours.
Do you think it's as long as the? The thing is, as long as the. Do you think it's as long as the E3 reaction videos that we did?
I think this has been going on like an hour and 15 minutes, so close.
So not
really.
Not quite. That was like 2 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The reaction. Yeah.
By the way, I'm keeping all this into the thing, so the outro is not the outro.
Still recording.
Oh, we're still recording.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Hi. You heard nothing.
I told you I'm keeping this in. You can cut it out in your final video. I can get all the juicy aftermath.
The juicy aftermath.
For a second there, you said juicy ass.
No, no aftermath.
You stopped yourself, but for a second there, you were gonna say juicy ass. And on that note, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
This is Green Cobras Gaming impaling the James Bulls, which he thought said ass, but and then leg it to you.
You're impaling me with an ass?
Oh wow!
I wasn't going to say anything, but that's what I heard.
This is the best outro ever. This is the best outro ever.
1 like equals 1 brain cell.
Fish plus fish is taco.
Like this if you cry every time.
Insanity.
Sub for sub.
But I don't like subs.
Like this if you like pancakes or waffles.
Yeah, pancakes. Let's go for pancakes. 1 at a time.
Oh, God.
1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep.
Bye!
But yeah, anyway, this is Green Cobras Gaming, and we're out.
Why are we doing 70 outros?
I don't know. Just end the video.
Despite all of you, I'm cutting all of this extra part out now.
Goodbye.
And then you do it. Okay, whatever.
Green Gaming is
Wah!
Bye.